Welcome back, Degenerates of the Year. You're tuned in to 18 Plus Adult Podcast, the only podcast where facts meet absolute insanity, and we don't care if your mother thinks you're a psychopath. I'm Max.
And I'm Lila. Buckle the fuck up, because today we're diving into the sickest, most unhinged act of mid-century American audacity. A man who hijacked a plane, stole 200 grand in crisp cash, parachuted into oblivion, and vanished forever.
D.B. Cooper. And no, your dumbass history teacher didn't teach you the wildest part. Literally nothing happened after he disappeared. He's like Bigfoot, except he stole money and looked sharp in a suit.
Sharp? He looked like every mid-70s accountant who could have murdered you with a stapler and made it look polite. Let's get one thing straight. The man had no special powers. What made him legendary was pure, unfathomable balls.
And a total disregard for human life. Let's not pretend otherwise. He brought a goddamn bomb on a plane. 36 people could have ended up as bloody confetti, and people talk about him like he's the fucking Santa Claus of crime.
Chill out, psycho. He had style. He ordered a bourbon, politely asked for money, and jumped into the void like a ghost. Compared to Wall Street, he's basically a folk hero.
That is the dumbest thing you've said all episode.
Good. That means you're paying attention.
He could have killed everyone on that plane.
So could your driving. Let's set the scene. November 24, 1971, the day before Thanksgiving. A man walks into Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 in Portland. He buys a ticket under the name Dan Cooper. Journalists later mishear it as D.B. Cooper, and bam, legend is born.
Because journalists are basically drunk monkeys with typewriters. Anyway, Cooper looks like your dad's boring boss. Gray suit, white shirt, thin black tie, raincoat, loafers. He's the most forgettable man alive, which makes what happens next utterly terrifying. He pulls out a briefcase, sits down, orders a bourbon with soda, and, this is my favorite, he gives a flight attendant a note. She doesn't even read it first. She just hands him the cash like he's buying a candy bar. Because if someone pulled out a note at my work that said, "I have explosives," I'd be like, "Sure, buddy, how much you want for the safe?"
That's you being dead inside. She had no idea the man was serious at first. Then she saw the wires, red sticks, tiny cylinders. Boom! Oh shit, this is happening.
So here's where it gets fucking wild. Cooper demands $200,000 in cash. That's nearly $1 million today if you adjust for inflation, and 4 parachutes. Why 4? Because apparently he expected things to go wrong, or he's paranoid as hell. Probably both.
And the airline, in full panic mode, delivers. They land at Seattle-Tacoma Airport, hand over the money and parachutes, and Cooper releases all 36 passengers. That's right, everyone. Not a single one shot, not a single hostage harmed.
Okay, now Lila, explain this like a normal person. He lets the passengers go, keeps 3 crew members, then orders the pilot to fly towards Mexico City at low altitude and slow speed. This is so he can jump.
Because apparently committing a felony and being seen alive afterwards is too mainstream. He opens the rear stairway of the plane and jumps into the storm with cash strapped to him, probably laughing in some sadistic accountant-like way.
A storm at night into a forested area, and we don't know if he survived. Let me repeat, a grown man parachuted into unknown terrain in November and disappeared into the fucking void.
And that, my friends, is why D.B. Cooper became a fucking mythological figure in American crime lore.
9 years later, 1980, an 8-year-old named Brian Ingram finds 3 packets of cash buried along the Columbia River.
Only a tiny fraction of the $200,000, $5,800 to be precise. He basically finds Cooper's leftover crumbs, and somehow people get more obsessed if the money vanished completely.
Because humans are fucking idiots. We romanticize this shit. Oh, he outsmarted the FBI. No, Max, he got lucky and made poor choices in execution look cool.
Did you just call him lucky? Max, he planned meticulously. Every step was calculated. And let's be honest, the FBI had, nothing. He vanished into air some bitch. Hundreds of suspects, decades of investigation, codenamed Norjack, and zero fucking closure.
Exactly, and to make it worse, literally anyone claiming to be Cooper gets laughed off or shot down depending on your theory. First up, Richard McCoy, the guy hijacked a plane the exact same way months later. FBI investigated, nope, not Cooper.
Close my ass. McCoy was a copycat. Cooper, ghost, vanished, and people are still jerking off to his legend.
Then Walter Recca, intelligence operative, allegedly admitted being Cooper. DNA check, nada.
And William J. Smith, New Jersey man, fits the profile, FBI checked, nothing. Classic Cooper move, vanish without a trace.
And don't forget the ridiculous theories. Cooper died immediately, Cooper survived, lived off-grid, or the crew staged it.
Reality, luck plus audacity plus chaos. But humans crave conspiracies.
Let's nerd out. Jumping from 10,000 feet, 130 miles per hour airspeed, night, rainstorm, dense forest, wet cache strapped to you, odds of survival. Optimistic 10 to 15%, realistic 5%.
And the parachute, non-steerable. So even if you survive the fall, you land in trees, water, mud, frozen rivers, perfect chaos.
And yet people romanticize him. Oh, he's a folk hero. No, he gambled with people's lives and lucked out.
Or planned meticulously. Timing, rear stairs, storm. Chaos meets genius.
Cooper survives, maybe lives in Antarctica with penguins, becomes a modern YouTuber, is your HR manager sipping coffee laughing at history.
And somehow the world still worships him.
Exactly. That's why myths survive. Absurdity, luck, and obsession. Norjack spent 45 years, millions of dollars, thousands of man-hours, and got nothing.
Every dead end fuels the legend. People call him genius, untouchable, a myth.
Mostly luck and audacity. Humans assign skill to chaos.
And then the media misheard his name. Dan Cooper to D.B. Cooper. Classic human error creating a cultural legend.
People glorify Cooper. That's insane. He threatened lives. That's terrorism.
Oh, cry me a river, Max. Danger is fascinating. You wouldn't know obsession if it hit you like Cooper hitting a forest floor.
Safety beats hypothermia and parachute death any day.
And glorifying normality has none. Cooper wins either way.
Fine, legend, but let's stop pretending he's some moral icon. He's chaos incarnate.
Chaos incarnate. Finally, we agree.
Mystery, audacity, and chaos. That's why Cooper obsesses humans.
Legends live in collective obsession, fear, and chaos. Cooper didn't need morality. He needed audacity.
He hijacked a plane, stole $200,000, vanished into myth.
And now we're obsessed. Welcome to the legend.
Chaos, audacity, and luck make legends, sometimes terrifying, sometimes hilarious, always unforgettable.
Stay dangerous, stay chaotic, and maybe don't try this at home, unless you're insane.